it's like Isaac and I. We're not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. We're going for all the championships.
This upcoming weekend, we got a special tournament. We got the Bismarck Open, an absolute classic in the North Dakota Summit Circuit. I think this is the finale. What's going to happen in the Bismarck Open? I think there's a lot of money on the line. It's $6,500 total. Plus, as we talked about in our last video, points are to be won and points are to be turned into cash. We have 3 or 4 different players who are trying to go for the $1,000 with the total amount of points at the end of the year. So we'll get into that in a little bit. First for the female side is Lexi Urani with 100 total points. Second place is Carolina Oliveira with 95. She will be disqualified from earning that money because she only played 2 events. She's not signed up for the Bismarck. Third place, now second place, Sophia Eggy. Really the only other person who can really have a chance at potentially winning this money. She has to get at least 2 more wins than Lexi Ronning to tie her. So I think Lexi is definitely in a position to win this one, but she has to execute. I guarantee Sophia is going to win a couple matches in this tournament. So if Lexi doesn't win any matches, Sophia might be in that first place. On the men's side, Wyatt McCoy, 170 total points, second place, 150 points, Gavin Young. But both of them are not signed up for this tournament. Wyatt has played 3 already, so he is qualified. He can win the total money. Gavin will be off that list. The next person who could potentially beat Wyatt is Federico Fjorda. He has 110 total points. He has played 4 events, so he'll get the bonus points, 130. Then he'll get 10 points for each sign-up, so he'll play 2 events in the Bismarck, so he'll get 140, 150. So he'll be 20 points behind Wyatt. So if he somehow wins 4 times in the 2 events that he plays, he is going to come away with potentially half of the money. If he wins 5 matches, he's going to come away with the $1,000. We'll see what happens. I'm super excited. But let's start off with our UTR for the Bismarck Open singles. Top half of the draw is on the left, bottom half is on the right. So you can see the averages there, 7.85 on the top, and then a 7.69 on the right. What do you guys think about the names, UTRs in this tournament? Josh, what do you think about these?
I don't have any thoughts on the UTRs, so I bet against it usually. But
0 thoughts.
But the names, I think it's exciting. I think this is the best one we've had in, maybe a few years. 2020 was great, all the big names, but I think this type of tournament where there's lots in there, lots of great matches. They could go either way, I think. And I can't pick a winner. Just looking at the draw offhand, I think there's multiple people that have a chance. And I think that's exciting.
Mm-hmm. I really like that take. And yeah, kind of to your point, like we don't have a Gavin Young, Nick Beattie, those type of esque players where they're, in the 13 UTR range, 12, 13 UTR range. Like when you start to even the playing field a little bit more, you get those closer matches, in the round of 16, 8, semis, finals. Like I think this is going to be a super interesting draw. Sawi, you're in the tournament. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I like the the singles draw. I like the men's doubles draw. Me and Ike teaming up, see if we can win some cash this weekend. It's going to be a sweet experience. A couple things stand out to me about the UTRs, right? The first, I'm looking at North Knutson, right? You look, it's easy to look right past that, right? 7.71. North is a dog, right? North's going to put up a heck of a fight in every single match he's in. So you can't overlook him, right? If you're looking at the UTRs, what stands out, you can't overlook North Knutson. Another one that intrigues me, Isaac Mad Dog Maddock. Isaac is a nice high school player, right? Coming from Minnesota all the way out to Bismarck. He's played it in a couple times. The rumor is that maybe he's going to be a cobber in his future, right? So I like to see what he's got in the bag against some of this better competition. Speaking from somebody who has played in that sort of local circuit that he's played in. You come out to these type of tournaments, you get a lot better competition. I'm excited to see what he's got as well. So those 2 names stood out to me from the left side of the UTR list there.
Is he from Osakis?
He is, yeah. Yep, had a heck of a year. Made a run at, I believe he made a run at the single A state title, coming up maybe second or third or something like that. So He's obviously a real solid player.
Yeah, a lot of super. I would say a lot of guys from around Bismarck are playing in it, but there's also a lot of guys who are traveling. I know Chuck Tang, he has his listed residence as somewhere down in Arizona. I know he's originally kind of from the area, but that Suk XOUM, I'm not sure who that is, but I think he was listed out of Manitoba, like Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Winnipeg, yep.
But we got, I mean, Jake Kuhlman, he's Grand Forks. We got some guys from, kind of all over the area, which is kind of cool that people are willing to travel, 6-7 hours to, play some tennis for a little bit of money.
You know who that tournament's missing, sorely missing, is both David and Jeffrey Youngs. That would be those two always add some intrigue and some interest to the draw.
Yeah, I think missing Matt Hokinson too, right?
Matt Hokinson, right?
Matt Herkinson.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you for that. For the record, even though I am hurt, if I could go, I still would go. But we have our Owatonna Junior tournament here, so all my players are playing. So I could not justify not watching my players play the one tournament that they play a year. I feel like that would make a lot of parents pissed off, and the tournament is being held at my building, so so can't really get out of that one. So
UTR top half, Chuck Tang is in the lead. He has 10.16, so he is the 1 seed for the tournament. We got Jake Kuhlman. He's the second highest UTR on the top half with a 9.67. And then Clayton Papenga at 8.98. And then Damien at 8.76.
I'm intrigued by Clayton Papenga as well.
Yeah,
No, he didn't.
I saw him play in the finals of the OTR tournament earlier this year in some doubles. Big kid from South Dakota, big game, really interesting player, typical American player, massive serve, massive forehand. I haven't seen him play singles, so I don't know how well he matches up against. It's kind of a tough side because he's on the Kuhlman Tang half, correct? That's a tough matchup. I just think those two are going to be too solid off the ground. But if there's a guy who can serve people off the court, it's Clayton Papenga. So I mean, he's kind of a sleeper coming out of the top half. If there's a person, who's got a really, really good shot there, I'd say Papenga is definitely there too.
Originally, I thought when Lexi Ronning signed up for this tournament, I thought they were going to play mixed. But nope, he's playing, I believe, dubs. With the guy in the other half of the draw, and then singles. So going into the UTR bottom half, we have a nice cast here. I am leading the UTR in this bottom half at 9.86. We got Jameson, Fingston, and then Federico Fjorda, 9.49, 9.64. So some quality numbers in there. And then Paul Kristen, can't forget about him. Always just an absolute grinder. He plays a very unique game, which you see every single tournament, him taking down someone who probably is ranked above him, but he's just so good at playing his style of game and frustrating his opponents and stuff like that. What do you guys think about this half of the draw?
You know who I wouldn't want to play in this half of the draw? I wouldn't want to play Matt Fuka. I wouldn't want to play Matt Fuka.
No.
That guy, I mean, he just a solid player, just an overall solid player. He finds a way, right? He's capable of serving real big. He'll come up with shots when he needs them. He's a guy that could make a little run if you let him get hot.
Yeah, I think, Fuka has got a massive serve, first serve. And the great thing about Fuka is he does not believe in hitting a second serve. He just hits 2 first serves, which sounds like a joke, but it's not. I played him before. It's unbelievable. Just overwhelming power. So when he's on, it is so difficult to get any looks at. It's similar to like a Finn O'Donnell. When Finn's hot, it's really, really hard to get looks on returns. Fuka serving well, that's a tough out. Somebody we haven't mentioned yet that I don't know if a lot of people know about is Landon Ridpad. Landon Ridpad was a very good high school player out of St. Cloud Tech, around my age, I believe. I don't know how much he's been playing over the last 5-6 years, but very solid, very, very solid high school player. So he's somebody to watch out for as well. He probably hasn't played many tournaments, so his UTR is probably, I would take a guess and say that his UTR is probably a little low. So Ridpath is definitely a solid player.
Fuka, that's going to be I'm going to get a bye, and then I play him because he'll play that Selk Zome, and his UTR is a 5.49. So I'm assuming that Fuka's going to win that match. Might have to call up Matt. It seems like he's got a description of how to beat him and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I played Fuka 4 years ago in the China Garden final, so he's a dog.
I played Fuka 2 years ago in Bismarck, and it was exactly what Matt described.
Josh, what do you think about this? Is your half of the draw? What do you think about this half of the draw?
I'm excited for it. Looking forward to playing one, getting the rematch from 2019.
Oh,
I think it's going to be a lot better this time. We'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I think is the most important thing. I think the one that we're really going to want to watch is Max Olsen. He had an absolutely legendary run, injured, underhand serving in the Jackie Doctor. But I think now, seeing him play at the Red, he's serving again. Very tough player. I think he can get pretty deep into the tournament.
a lot of the players who played in the Jackie Doctor are also playing in this tournament as well. I wouldn't go to say half of them are playing, but I would say pretty close to half. And if you are looking at UTRs of just the Jackie and the Bismarck, of course, like the Bismarck's for money, so like it should be higher, but it's really not that much higher. It's like probably less than a half a point for each of the top and bottom. So it's kind of crazy to think that, the Jackie can just pull in just quality players, especially this year. We got some special stats sent over from Josh Fisher earlier this week. So total championships won. We have for the men's singles, Kevin Kyler. He's got 3 championships, 3 titles. Oliver Summers, tournament director, and also head tennis pro in Fargo. He's got 2, 2001, 2003, and then a couple other names. Chuck Tang, he's on there. He's in the tournament. I'm on there. I'm in the tournament. Nick Beattie, legend of the Dakota Circuit. Rudra, he's played in the Dakota Circuit a fair amount. We got some great names. Tony Larson, he's a great player out of the Twin Cities, if I remember him right. So
Won the Aquatennial.
So total championships won in women's singles. Hallie Knuth, a Rafa-like streak from 2010 to 2018. Josh was saying that in 2011 it wasn't held, so you can't win if it's not held. And then she got taken down in 2016, right?
No, it was actually 2008.
Okay.
So the 2016 and 2019 were years where she did not play.
Which is absolutely insane. Is she playing this year?
She's playing, but doubles only. So basically, she's not lost a singles match since 2008.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's actually legendary.
Yeah, she's, I think, the undisputed overall champ. You didn't even talk about doubles. She has 7 of those.
Yeah.
Wow.
The GOAT of the Bismarck Open.
So 14 overall. And Ike is actually right in second for overall titles with 4.
You know what? I think 20 years from now, I think we're going to be looking at total championships won, and we're going to see someone else at the top. And you know who that's going to be? That's going to be Robbie Knuth. That kid, you can tell, just soaks in the tennis. He's already got a sick nickname, the Rob Star. And so, I mean, it's just, or the Robster. Either way, whatever you want to say it. That kid's going to be a stud, and I can't wait to watch him win the tournament multiple times. And I can't wait to be in the 45s, not having to play that guy.
Who is this?
They're baby.
Oh. Okay. Exclusive look at the shirts pre-tournament. Never has this been done, I don't think, in any tournament ever, actually. Like, I don't think any tournament shirts have ever been leaked. So this is the first TWI exclusive. And if you look at the shirt, bottom right, you see a familiar logo.
Oh,
Put
look at that.
Put the magnifying glass up. That's a Tennis with Ike logo. Josh Fisher, courtesy. Appreciate it very much. Nothing better than having a little logo on their shirt. Going to be repping that for years to come. So,
what's the cotton poly blend going on these shirts here?
It's a soft cotton, similar to the Red River Open.
I love it. Love it.
Nice.
Good stuff.
But I think one of the most interesting facts, looking through the archives, maybe you noticed it, but no men's doubles team has ever won more than 1 title or ever tried to defend.
Ooh.
But this year, Matt and Landon are teaming again. So who knows? Now there's a technicality. 2020, Ike and Matt were paired to play, but then Matt had to go to the ER in his last Bismarck Open. Denied. So it's with an asterisk. Your defense still has not happened.
Yes!
Back,
Yes!
expect you back before 2025 to try again, all right?
Yes! Yeah! All right. Well, we'll see if Ike will play with me. If he wins a Sally, I'm done. You can't mess with the team a pairing that just won the biz.
If Sally and I win, you're out. I would say
I agree.
Sally would have to choose between me and Eric. I think that's the true decision.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey,
right? Like,
you know, I'm all for. We could throw in a little bit of combination of all four of us here and mix it up and try to go for some titles. What was LeBron's quote when he went to the Heat? He said, "It's like Isaac and I. We're not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. We're going for all the championships."